EA doesn't deserve Star Wars. No, really, they don't. Disney has given them exclusive rights to make Star Wars games in what was a golden age of Star Wars, and in that time they've released two mediocre games, Battlefront and Battlefront 2. The first of which was deader than a party of skeletons and had no single player campaign at all, and a beta's worth of content on launch. And then the second found itself in a spot of controversy over loot boxes. Battlefront 2 also promoted seeing the Empire's perspective, but in the story you defect to the rebels in like the third mission, so it feels like one of its selling points was false advertisement. Now, I didn't hate Battlefront or Battlefront 2, but I would call the games painfully mediocre. Though objectively speaking, the first Battlefront game was wank. But what I'm trying to say here is, since EA has had the legal rights to make Star Wars games, we've not seen anything objectively good come out of this corporate shitter. To top it off, very recently, EA cancelled a project that was a bit more ambitious than the Battlefront games, which I refer to as a throw it together in 5 minutes with the Frostbite engine so it looks nice project. So recently, the game that Visceral Games was working on before they were shut down back in 2017, that was taken over elsewhere, that Star Wars project has now been seemingly cancelled in favour of a smaller and less ambitious and likely less costly project. So EA may still have Star Wars games in the works, but it's not going to be anywhere near the scale of what they said they were going to do. Now, according to rumours corroborated by Kotaku, Visceral Games' Star Wars project was taken up by EA Vancouver after Visceral Games was shut down. This project was codenamed Orca and focused on a bounty hunter who could explore various open world planets and work with different factions across the Star Wars universe, which does sound like an absolute blast. And it's a shame that these big projects get the chop like this, because those are the kinds of projects that EA should be doing, especially with Star Wars, because it's Star Wars. And right now, courtesy of Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi, the franchise is actually heading up shit creek. And in a time like that, a massive high quality project that this could have been would so very easily have changed that and generated a ton of revenue for EA. I mean, provided it was done right, but you know, that is a worthy gamble to make. But instead it would appear as if EA would prefer to make smaller projects like the Battlefront games, which you can't call them big projects. They might be big titles, but that doesn't make the project itself big. And when it comes to smaller games, I really do not trust EA's track record. A game lacking in substance is kind of what I'd expect. And when you think about it, those games aren't doing Star Wars any favours. Sure, EA have come out and stated that they're dedicated to making more Star Wars games, but is that really enough? Quantity isn't quality. Making more Star Wars games fixes nothing besides from providing the illusion that they're doing something beyond generate revenue from the franchise. So my point here is, EA doesn't deserve Star Wars. This IP should be given to another publisher company who can actually delegate their subsidiaries to make good games. Disney did threaten to revoke the rights to Star Wars in light of the Battlefront 2 shenanigans, and with fuck up after fuck up, I'm surprised that EA is still clinging on to it. Unfortunately, a big, ambitious, high quality project that EA will likely never give us is exactly what this franchise needs. Not several smaller games that can be churned out on the regular with as little content as possible like in the first Battlefront, and so EA being dedicated to making more Star Wars games does not inspire confidence at all. And thus I firmly believe that EA does not deserve Star Wars and Disney should give the rights to a more competent publisher. But there you go, that's my thoughts on this topic. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff, and I'll see you all very soon with another video at some point.